Good evening, everyone. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on interfaces, creating and implementing them. Let's start off with explaining what an interface is. An interface defines the basic means of communication between objects. So you're going to create a file in your Flash Builder, and you're going to just give this item actions at its fundamental level and nothing more, like run, stop, sit, stand, load, play, rest. They're all very basic terms, but they can also be applied to many things and in many ways. The interface defines to the user how they can interact with the class. These will only be what the end user needs to interact with. You're not going to give them the details of how the object is working or how it's calculating. They only need to know what to input or interact with to get the end result. It's reusable because it is the fundamental coding. Since you're using such basic commands, it allows the code to be used many times over in many ways. If an issue, and without issues, if an issue does arise, then you can probably be certain that it is in the interface file rather than having to look through numerous lines of coding. All functions are public by default. You don't need to type public in front of your function when you're putting in the methods. And because this is meant to have only the functions the end user is to interact with, and because private functions cannot be accessed, all of the functions in an interface file are public by default. You can never have attributes in the interface or it will cause errors. This file is not meant to have attributes or specific details. It's meant to be very general and broad-based. Detailed attributes are added into the main.as file set while you're setting the class up, and that calls the methods from the interface. Okay, and if you're following along with my written tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and run through it right now. So we're going to start off with a new Flash Builder project, and it's, there's nothing to it. I just started a new project. You'll come up here and you'll go to File, New, go down to Action Script Interface, and you're going to add a package, com.lastname, first name, and then you're going to give it a name based on the topic of whatever your project is for. For this example, we're just going to use animal. And then you're going to add a name. So this was going to be your project interface name. So again, we're going to call this animal. And here I'll put animals. Okay, so now we have our new interface file, and this is where you're going to add in your functions. So for animal, we're going to say function sit, function heal, I'll just fix that up there. And I think that's all we'll do for now, just so this is a quick example. So we'll save that, and now we're going to create the classes to go with it. So File, New, ActionScript class. You're going to leave the package as it is. Your name is going to be what the interface class type is. So in this case, we'll do dog. You can add superclass in here if you are working with objects. Your base objects would be superclassed here so that you could pull all the functions from those movie clips. And for here, we're going to add in the interface animal. And make sure these two things here are checked off. That way it creates your coding for you. It's a nice little trick there. Okay, so see, here it adds in your codes for you. Now from this point, we'll go back to the main.as file. And we're going to create some instances. So up here, I'm going to create it, private, var. And for the dog class, I guess we can do black lab. Okay. And then down here in the constructor file, we're going to set that class up. Dog. Sorry, black lab equals new dog. And then we call in the properties. That's it. And heal. Okay, and at this point, I guess we can go back in and make sure this is working correctly. So we'll go back into the class type, which in my case is dog, and let's just do a quick trace. I'll change that to black lab so we know that we're doing this right. Okay. And we'll enter one in down here. Has healed is healing. I don't know if that's proper grammar, but we're just using this for an example. So, and we'll run it and see what happens. Okay, and here we go. So it ran properly, and that's how I know that I did it right. So that's how to create an instance. Remember, your instance is here. It's only the functions. There's no attributes. Here is your class type, and then your attributes go here. Thanks.